No, but I just want to wish Devima a very, very happy birthday. She's definitely the youngest looking 8-year-old I've ever seen. Maybe an hour but Mark, thank you for everything you do for everyone here. And I'm sure the ones that aren't just also going to wish you well.
Take it over like this. Take a look. Logan, come and tell me. Logan, get me. Come on, Lisa. Hello. How could there is attacking?
No, because nobody gave them any match. No. Don't. Hey, delete that in group.
You're already saying bad things.
I said so many bad things already.
Please don't call better.
I don't know. Just to find out security mechanisms engineer to come inside. Yes, it's okay.
Jared.
Yes. Rex is there.
Ishwa.
Logan, Kobe. Where's the other stuff, guys? All better.
ஓம் நமச்சிவாய ஓம் நமச்சிவாய ஓம் நமச்சிவாய ஓம் நமச்சிவாய ஓம் நமசிவாய 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 ஓம் நமசிவாய. Biarlah ஈஸ்வரன் இறங்கியிருக்காய் கற்பூரதோ தீபம் இறங்கியிருக்காய் கற்பூரதோ தீபம் இறங்கியிருக்காய் கற்பூரதோ தீபம் ஆராதனை ஆராதனை சிமர்த்தியாமே ஸ்ரீ வழிபடுகின்றோம். ஓம் மங்கையார் பாகாய் போற்றி, மான்மது தரித்தாய் போற்றி, கங்கை வேரியவன போற்றி, சந்திரான் மகிழ்ச்சாய் போற்றி, பொங்கவாம் பூண்டாய் போற்றி, பூதரமணிந்தாய் போற்றி, எங்கும் நிறைபவனே போற்றி, ஏழையர் தீர்ப்பாய் போற்றி, ஈசா உன் கதவை திற போற்றி, இறைவா உன் கதவை திற போற்றி, சிவனே உன் கதவை திற போற்றி.
Close the window.
Thank you. Let's go to all others.
Great. Next one is right.
Oh, okay. Go get one. Relax.
Back to the side.
the ceremonial group. Thank you very much to all of you. Kindly resume your seats. I will now officially hand you over to the program director, Dan Mudely, to run you through the proceedings thereafter.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Sai Ram, Manakam. Good morning to family, relatives, and friends. On behalf of the Mudely family, Rodney and Peggy Mudely family, Rodney and Peggy Berry family, Ranjini and Logan Naidu family, Nalini and Sulas Pillai family, Saloshni and Ishwal Nadi and family, and Mudely brothers and sisters, two of whom are here today. Ali Akka, Sister Mama. The other sisters, one is in, Sylvie is in Cape Town, Mano is in Joburg, and the youngest, Saras, is in Amsterdam. I'm not forgetting my two brothers, Mother Keller, who is in Cape Town, and Mother Will, who is in Mauritius. Thank you for being present today as we gather to pray and honor the life of our beloved mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, sister, aunt, family and friend. Your presence, prayers and support are deeply appreciated during this time of loss. Today, I stand here with a heavy heart, but also with deep gratitude to honor the life of my sister, a woman who walked this earth for 86 years, leaving nothing but love behind her. I'm now going to ask our performance to do the first budget, then we'll follow up from there.
வரலட்சுமி மாதங்கி தேவிகா மத்தாயி அம்மா தேவிகா அம்மா வருவாய் 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 அம்மா உன்னருள் புகழ்ந்த பணியும் உன்னருள் புகழ்ந்த பணியும் நீலகண்டனே நடராஜா நடராஜா பெருமானே தீன கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே தீன கருணாகரனே உன்னருள் புகழ்ந்த பணியும்
Devaki was loving, caring, and kind in ways that did not seek recognition. She gave quietly, served selflessly, and always put others before herself. She worked hard all her life, never complaining, never giving up, just doing what needed to be done for those she loved. I will now I now will call upon one of the grandchildren, Devaki and Nandini's son, perform the ritual.
Devaki Mudely, born 21 June 1935. Passed away on 1st January 2026 at the age of 86. She was born to Eulogy and Mudely and lived a life defined by devotion, resilience, joy, and unwavering commitment to her family. In 1956, at the age of 17, Devaki married Mudely, and their marriage spanned 65 years. Devaki was a phenomenal matriarch whose life revolved around her family. She was a devoted mother to 5 children and a loving grandmother to 10 grandchildren, and a cherished great-grandmother to 6 great-grandchildren. She was a steady heart and guiding presence of her home, deeply involved in the lives of her children and grandchildren. Her love was expressed not only through words, but through tireless care, unwavering support, and the warmth she extended to everyone around her. She was especially renowned for her exceptional cooking and generous hospitality. Devaki's home was a place where no one ever left hungry or unattended. Every person who walked through her doors was welcomed, well-fed, and made to feel truly cared for. Her table was a gathering place, her meals an expression of love, and her home a refuge of comfort and belonging. Fun-filled and always full of laughter, Devaki had a remarkable ability to see the lighter side of life. Her joy was infectious, her humor effortless, and her presence uplifting. She brought happiness into everyday moments and left lasting impressions on all who knew her. Beyond her role at home, Devaki was a hardworking and determined woman. She worked tirelessly to supplement her family's income and distinguished herself in her field, earning recognition as a top salesperson in the furniture industry, a reflection of her drive, work ethic, and excellence. Devaki Mudely will be remembered not only for her strength and immense love, but for the passion she brought to everything she did. Whether she was hosting guests in her home, excelling at work, preparing a meal, or enthusiastically engaging in a competitive game of Scrabble, which she loved and was famously good at, she approached life with energy, joy, and wholehearted enthusiasm. Her laughter, warmth, and vibrant spirit filled every space she entered. Her legacy lives on through the family she nurtured, the lives she touched, and the countless memories she created. She will be deeply missed and lovingly remembered. I think that shows a depiction of her life, and as it is written down, but it doesn't give you the true reflection of who my grandmother was. Just bear with me. I received a video today from my cousin in New Zealand. It was a time she spent in our property. And we went out for the day and we came back home. And for some reason, she was in the backseat of my car. And it wasn't that long ago. She was in the backseat of the car. And I've got a compilation, so it's a true look. And we all jumped out of the car. But she was in the car. And she was struggling to jump. And the person that she was, through all of the struggles, if you guys have to hear this video, maybe one day you will get around to hear it. So she popped herself down on the floor of the back on the floor, and she jumped out. And for those, I think it's 13 seconds that we managed to video her, it was absolute endless laughter and joy. I cannot explain to you, like, after seeing this video sent from Sammy, it's incredible to know that at that age, she could find joy in something so simple. She was always a person that laughed about things, that interacted with us, with carrom boards, Scrabble, darts. Like, I remember, if you all know mastering them, it was like a little bit like crooked towards the end, and she was still playing carrom board with us. But to understand her, you got to have lived with her, and she did everything in her power to make her family and her grandkids happy. So I don't want to say anything more. I'm just going to hand over to my wife, and she also has a few things to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the life she lived. For those of us that knew her, her children, her grandchildren, her family, she was so much more than the formal biography of the obituary, so much more than the words on the page. As Ezra, described that incident in the car, it was literally her laughing the entire time, even though she was sitting down on the floor of the car and struggling to get out. And that's just such a testament to her and how she generally lived her life. And as I said, the obituary was just a small reflection of who she was, but she was so much more than those formal words on a page. And that's exactly how we felt last night as we wrote the obituary. There's so much more that came with loving her and knowing her, rather than just writing about her. In the obituary, we formally speak about her being renowned for her cooking and hospitality, her passion in everything that she attempted, and her role as a proud matriarch was, the core of her was rooted in a deep devotion to her family. But when I say that there's so much more, and everything that we knew or felt as a family, everything captured in Eddie's words, I think it can just be summed up by one simple statement that we all have used countless times, and that is, we're going to see Devi Ma. Because seeing Devi Ma or being with her was never just an action. It was a whole mood, it was a whole feeling, and she was a whole vibe. Every moment that we spent with her, she tried her utmost to make us all as happy as she possibly could. She added value in every way she knew how, whether it was visiting all of us at our first homes and carefully deciding what gift would be just right, or finding thoughtful ways to contribute her time and energy wherever she could. If it was someone's birthday or function or any event at all, she would happily cater the entire thing, complete with snacks and biryani and curries and roasts, and let's not forget her stuffing and cook sisters. Talking about cook sisters, she stayed with us for a few weeks at one point, and my husband joked with her about why she always makes cook sisters. Like, what about the rest of the cook family? And at that moment, she literally walked into the kitchen and she made a batch of her dough and got all of us in there. And we all went to work, having the best time constructing this entire cook family. And we made characters with facial features, with names and all of that. And what a disaster it was when she tried frying it. Every single character fell apart, completely deconstructed. And like the car incident, if you knew her, you can picture this perfectly. She was bent over the stove, heartily laughing at the sight of this entire deconstructed cook family. You see, the thing is with Devi Ma, all it took was just one of her children or grandchildren to just casually mention something that they liked or wanted. And to her, it was like an urgent calling. That said item needed to be presented to the requester ASAP. But more than anything, she was always present, always engaging. She was never someone who just sat on the sidelines waiting to be looked after. She was the one taking care of everyone. Cooking, feeding, engaging, bringing people together, playing games, whether it was sport or a board game. And she was also always keen to go out, visit a new place, have a meal, or just go for a drive. What she valued was family and time with her loved ones. Completely in her element when she had everyone gathered together, and distraught when anyone said goodbye to leave. She wanted everyone to just pop in all the time. And popping into her meant to spend as much time as is possible, whether that's a few minutes, hours, or even weeks. And Devima's house was always on the way, irrespective of where anyone was driving to or traveling from. Her familiar refrain was always the same: pop in on the way. Because her home, her heart, and her arms were always wide open. We spent so much of time popping in, especially during our university days, as her home was in very close proximity to the Westville campus. And she always made sure that we left well-fed and well taken care of. There was one particular day where we visited, but I told her not to make anything because I had an exam in about half an hour. But to her, not make anything was not a phrase that she was accustomed to. Let me tell you, Ez and I almost panicked when she went to the freezer to take meat out. And what we witnessed that day was something that till today we are sure is actually magic, because what we witnessed was the impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, chicken curry in 25 minutes from freezer to plate. And that just shows that when it comes to feeding her family, she truly could do the impossible. And that is how we will always remember her. In the middle of ordinary moments that somehow became unforgettable. The everyday moments that say more about who she was than any formal words ever could. I could give you guys 20 years worth of stories talking about my personal experiences with Devi Ma. And there are others here that could give you 30, 40, or even 60 years worth of stories. But today, it is enough to know that all of those stories live on within us. She never liked goodbyes. And somehow, even now, this doesn't feel like one. She never liked goodbyes, and perhaps that is why this feels less like an ending and more of a pause. She never liked goodbyes. And so today, let us hold on to her the way that she lived. Present, joyful, and always part of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Isra and words, for those memories and words of love. I just want to say this to everyone present here today, and particularly Pubi, Rogani, Ranjini, Nalini, and Suresh. I want to say this grief is not something you have to rush. It is okay to feel sad, angry, confused. It is okay to cry. And it is okay also to laugh. When you remember something funny about her, as we did just now. All of this is part of how we honor her life. We'll have one bhajan, and then more tribute.
Gangi Anandama Kannu Thurampirasa Sadangiyadum Padavinoda Lingeshwara Nirta
We now have more tributes from the family, and I now call upon Saloshni Dari to deliver the first tribute to her mother. She is accompanied by Ishwar, her husband.
Today, I bid farewell to the most phenomenal woman I have ever known, the woman I was privileged to call Mum. Mum, you were the most amazing mother any child could ask for. You lived and breathed for your family. Despite a difficult life, you made enormous sacrifices for your children and showered us with the most purest, most unconditional love and care. You never felt you had done enough for us, always wanting to do more. Your love for cooking and entertaining, your sense of humor, your wit and your cheekiness truly defined you. Your grit and determination to succeed at anything you set your mind to, from sewing and knitting to becoming a top furniture salesperson, were so admirable. You had such a bubbly personality and lit up every room with your beautiful smile and infectious laughter. You also had such a beautiful voice and loved to sing, especially your signature song, Enjoy Yourself. I could go on and on singing your praises. Mum, I am sorry for the heartache I caused you when I moved to New Zealand 26 years ago. You never truly got over us leaving. And I've always felt that I took a piece of your heart with me when I took your two precious babies, Kriyasha and Jess, so far away. Yet you still sent us off with your blessings and visited us at every opportunity. You doted on my girls until the very end. Ishwar, Kriyasha, Jess, and I will forever cherish the wonderful memories we made during your many trips to New Zealand. You loved exploring the country with us and socializing with our New Zealand friends and family, who all loved you dearly. You were a brilliant Scrabble player, and I treasured our daily games whenever you visited. You were always up for a challenge. Thank you for taking care of Daddy when he became unwell. How remarkable that was, considering you were in your 80s and still caring for Dad. Mum, the last few months have been incredibly difficult as your health deteriorated. It was heartbreaking seeing the woman who thrived on cooking and baking and feeding people literally starve to death. You refused any medical intervention and you left on your own terms. I take comfort in knowing that you are finally at peace. Rest in peace, my beautiful mommy. Your legacy of love, strength, and devotion will live on forever. I love you so much, and I pray God will wrap you in his gentle arms and protect you in the same way you protected us. I will miss you so, so much, my darling mommy.
While we're here, I'm going to read a tribute from Kriyasha and Jess. We are Ma's youngest granddaughters, and for much of our lives, we lived the furthest away. Despite the distance, Ma was always a huge part of our lives, and we were lucky enough to have our own special bond with her. Before we moved to New Zealand, Ma looked after us when we were very young. These special times were held close and reminisced about even until recently when we visited her. We spoke about the games we used to play, the food she made us with so much love, and of course, all the songs she taught us. Ma loved to sing, and she always made sure to remind us to enjoy yourself. If you knew Ma, you knew she always had a true flair for fashion. She would always dress to impress and was excited by any new outfits we had on. Jas especially loved going shopping with her, picking out clothes for each other and laughing at all the unusual pieces that Ma always admired. Ma made many trips to New Zealand over the years to spend time with us. We went on lots of holidays and shared so many hilarious moments together. Ma was always the life of a party. Wherever she was, there were jokes and laughter. A special sense of humor, often cheeky, brought joy to everyone around her. Ma had a wonderful way of making us feel loved and remembered, no matter the distance. For that, and for so many memories, we are endlessly grateful. She would carefully type out Priyasha's favorite recipes into long WhatsApp messages, step by step. Nothing made Ma happier than looking after her family. She was the definition of the word mother. We will always remember Ma's spirit and unconditional love. Thank you for the laughter and songs and all the love. Thank you for being our grandmother and for being the selfless woman you were. We love you so much and will miss you every day.
Thank you, Salushni and Ishwar. I now call upon Rogani, the eldest daughter, and Pregi to pay their tribute.
Today I stand before you as a daughter who has lost a mother, and I want to ensure that we celebrate her life. My heart is heavy with sorrow, yet it is also filled with deep gratitude for the life, love, and legacy of my Amma. My Amma was a woman who lived a life on her own terms. She was strong, independent, and determined. Everything she did with purpose and dignity. She believed in standing on her own feet and facing life with courage. That strength was something we all admired, and it's something we will carry with me for the rest of my life. People sometimes said that Amma was very attached to her family, but that was simply the depth of her love. Her love for her family and her friends was deep, unconditional, and constant. She gave of herself freely without expecting anything in return. Anyone who walked into her home felt welcomed, cared for, and treated like family. One of Amma's greatest lines to me, which she said often, was, "Rogani, you must be strong. Never show people your weakness. They will take advantage of you. You must be strong." I don't know if I'm strong today, guys. I'm trying. These words shaped me and they continue to guide me. Amma believed in strength, and she also believed that strength must be balanced with kindness, fairness, and compassion. She told me she loved me countless times. She kissed and hugged me every time I left her home. She never walked out without her making sure she kissed me and hugged me and walked me all the way to my car. Even in those small moments, she reminded me that she loved me, and she assumed she left unsaid. If I told her I was coming to visit, even if it was a quick visit, she would immediately start cooking a meal for me. Amma was admired by everyone for her cooking. Her food was brought Her food has brought people together. It created memories, started conversations, and filled homes with warmth. Her cooking and her baking were shared generously with family and friends, neighbors, and anyone who happened to be around at mealtimes. Growing up, no matter how little we had at times, Amma made sure that everyone had an equal share. Whether it was food on table, treats for the grandchildren, or her time and attention, she believed deeply in fairness and togetherness in her home. No one was ever made to feel less than anyone else. I loved spoiling Amma, and she appreciated every little thing. She noticed the effort behind even the smallest gestures. She was grateful, humble, and never took anything for granted. Her appreciation made you want to do more simply because she deserved it. I've got a message from my daughter from. Just 1 second. Sorry, I needed to continue. I didn't realize that. 1 second. I'm here. 1 second. I'm here to honor the woman of great strength and independence. I aspire to be like my mom, Amma, Ma, Auntie Devi Ma, Granny, Grandma, whatever name you know of her. She played many roles in many lives, and she carried each one with lots of love and pride. Amma was my best friend. She was multi-talented and did everything with care and love. She was always eager to learn and just as willing to teach, sharing her knowledge unselfishly. Her creativity showed through her baking, her cooking, her sewing and knitting, and embroidery, flower arranging, and the way she kept her home. She was house-proud, organized, and always welcoming. She was a warm-hearted woman who kept our family together with love, even though through the difficult times and challenges. She believed in unity and respect. She motivated us, she encouraged us, and she always wanted us to be better, not only in what we achieved, but in how we treated one another. From as far back as I can remember, Amma believed in self-discipline and self-respect. She exercised regularly, she watched her diet, she dressed neatly, and she never forgot her lipstick before starting her day. Her hair had to be done. She took pride in an appearance because she took pride in her life. She was youthful, fun-loving, and full of spirit. She enjoyed games, especially as Scrabble, and she loved a good challenge. She loved to win, and she did not hide the joy when she did. Those moments of laughter and competition brought so much into her life, into her family gatherings. She loved singing, and I also always admired her confidence to burst into singing and dance at the drop of a hat at any family function. A favorite song known by most of her children and grandchildren was Enjoy Yourself. It's later than you think. Amma enjoyed every second of every day. Today, we grieve deeply because a mother's love is unlike any other. The loss we feel is great, but so is the legacy she leaves behind. Amma was admired by everyone for her cooking and care, and for the love and family and friends. She loved having a house full of people to spoil them the best she could. The values of fairness, generosity, and strength will continue to guide us. Amma was known for her strength and independence, and it proved this again and again for fighting right to the very end. Thank you, Amma, for everything that you gave us, for the sacrifice, for every lesson, and for every act of love. You live on in our hearts and our homes, and in the way you care for us, for one another. I love you so much, Amma. I just want to read a message from my children from New Zealand. This is from El, Sam, Pash, Reb, a little doggy baby, Tata, and her son, Zayden. Ma, although we are far away in New Zealand, today our hearts are right there with you. Ma was never our grandmother. She was our comfort, our steady presence, and a huge part of our everyday lives. Growing up in South Africa, she spent so much time with us, sharing a room, sharing a day, sharing long, quiet conversations, and stayed with us as we grew. Those moments shaped us in ways we only truly understand now. She had beautiful ways of making you feel completely loved. Being called Sama Kuts and Ella Kuti always made us feel safe, warm, and special. We were so blessed to have her visit us in New Zealand. Our home was full with laughter, games of Scrabble, Connect 4 and Ludo, long brunches, and sometimes spent cooking together. She taught us how to make curries and famous lasagna and cook sisters, recipes full with love and legacy that will be passed on through our families. We were lucky to celebrate birthdays together, to have her stay in our home, and to have her witness the weddings and to see the joy in her face when she met all her great-grandchildren. Ma, thank you for the love you gave so freely, for the memories we will hold forever, for the quiet strength and warmth you brought into our lives. We miss you deeply and you will always be with us. Love always. El, Sam, Akash, Prev, Tata, and Zayden.
Thank you, Rogani and Previ, for those memories and words of love. You know, I visited her a few weeks ago when she was communicating, and she thrilled us to bits during the time, just a few weeks ago. And one of the things that I will forever remember are these words. And she said, I am not speaking through my mouth. I am speaking through my heart. I love you, Dad. Those were her words a few weeks ago, and I'll never forget it. Thank you.
அம்மானிதானே அன்பான தெய்வம் அருமை எங்கள் அம்மாவே அருமை எங்கள் அம்மாவே அம்மா
My sister was the definition of hospitality, as you heard already. A door was always open, and so was her heart. No one ever left her home hungry, unheard, or unloved. She had a special way of making people feel welcome, whether they were family, friends, or strangers. We now have a last tribute, and this is a hard one. It's from my youngest sister, Saras, from Amsterdam. She says, "Dear Rogini, Ranjani, Nalini, Roshni, and Puvi, there are no words that can truly soften the pain of losing a mother. Your mom was a woman full of life, fun, laughter, song and dance. Her presence filled every space she entered. A giant of a personality, strong, determined, sometimes stubborn, headstrong and difficult, but always deeply human and always deeply loving. Your mother lived for her children. Nothing mattered to her more than having all of you around her, keeping the family together and doing her best, even when life gave her far more than her share of hardship. Growing up, she endured tremendous poverty and later difficulties in her life did not stop her from pushing forward. She was a woman of enormous grit and determination. With her ambition and courage, she went out and built a life for herself when her children were growing up. Standing on her own feet, she learned how to drive, and she attained her first job using a sewing skill as a salesperson in a machine shop. I will remember the many summer holidays and picnics at Lamesi Beach, eating watermelon, mangoes and lychees, and her singing the song, Enjoy Yourself by Doris Day in the car. I will remember her delicious meals, her baking skills, and her amazing Christmas puddings. I cannot imagine the space a absence leaves in your lives. But please know, to her strength, her laughter, her love, and her fierce devotion to you, her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will live on in each of you. After a long and difficult few months, she has now finally found peace. In her last days, she often called for her mother. And I'd like to believe that she is now reunited with Aya, Tata, your dad, Shani, and with her siblings who passed before her. May you carry her memory as a source of comfort and strength. May you always feel how deeply she loved you and how proud she was of each of you. With all my love and deepest condolences, Saras, Jan van Willem, and family. When I saw this tribute, it encompassed everything that I want to say, and every word of what she said is the truth. I can remember my days when I was young, when I used to go and visit her, and what a time she gave us. And later on, when I came back from India, she did the same. I just want to make a few announcements before I close and call the Pandit. Supper will be served after 4:30 p.m. at the Dravida Hall down the road. A special thank you to Dr. Kevin Naidu for the expert care and comfort he provided to Amma over the past few months. All family and friends who took the time to visit or call Amma during her illness. All family and friends for their support, floral tributes, and messages from the time of her demise. Lastly, I want to thank Self Catering, Pinetown Funeral Service, the Dravida Hall, and I must wish you all a safe journey further. Thank you everyone who shared your memories and words of love. To us, she was more than a sister. She was a pillar of strength. In moments of joy, she celebrated with us. In moments of pain, she stood firmly by our side. We will miss her voice, her presence, her gentle ways, but we are comforted knowing that her love lives on in us, in the values she taught, the memories she gave, and the lives she touched. Today we say goodbye, but we do not say farewell. Her spirit walks with us, and her love will remain forever in our hearts. As the rites conclude, I pray that the soul of our beloved Devaki Mudely attains moksha, and that the family is granted strength and peace during this difficult time. Rest in eternal peace, Devyaka. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Ladies and gentlemen, come to the conclusion. Let us one or two please rise with our Chok Padigan Mukti Neri sing with me. Please rise. Let's pray for mom, let's pray for our family. Thank you. Mudely Ariyade Mudely Govinda, 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 Harina Rajana, Jaya Narayana, Jaya Jaya Narayana, Harina Rajana, Jaya Narayana, Jaya Jaya
No, but I just want to wish everyone a very, very happy birthday. She's definitely the youngest looking 8-year-old I've ever seen. I want to cry now. But Mark, thank you for everything you do for everyone here. And I'm sure the ones that aren't here are just also going to wish you well. Okay, thank you.
you.